Shao, you had never felt so helpless, so exposed and so completely consumed by desire in his life. Hua Yong's presence was magnetic, intoxicating, and utterly overwhelming. And tonight, the pull between them was more than Sheng could bear. The tension had been building for days, lingering in every glance, every brush of skin, every whispered word. But now, in the quiet of the penthouse, with only the dim city lights filtering through the windows, it became unbearable. Sheng's body was on fire, every nerve ending singing with need, every breath shallow, every heartbeat erratic. He wanted Hua Yong more than he had ever wanted anything in his life, and the desperation was raw, consuming, and impossible to ignore. Hua Yong's eyes were dark, smoldering, and filled with a mixture of amusement and something far deeper, something that made Sheng's stomach twist with anticipation and fear. He was in control as always, and Sheng was completely at his mercy. Sheng's usual confidence, his composed, unshakable alpha demeanor, had crumbled long ago, and now all that remained was a trembling, needy man who had no choice but to surrender to the one person who had been silently orchestrating his life for so long. "Please," Sheng whispered, his voice thick with emotion and longing, his body pressed closer to Hua Yong's. "Please, I need you. I can't do this alone." Hua Yong's lips curved into a knowing smile, the kind that made Sheng shiver from head to toe. He had anticipated this, of course. Hua Yong always knew exactly what Sheng wanted, what Sheng needed, even when Sheng himself did not. That control, that understanding, made Sheng ache in ways he couldn't describe. He wanted to beg, to plead, to surrender completely, and yet part of him wanted to resist, to fight, to hold on to the last remnants of dignity he had left. But every moment Hua Yong's fingers brushed against his skin, every time his eyes darkened with desire, that resistance melted away like ice under the sun. "Say it," Hua Yong murmured, his voice low, deep, and commanding, the single word making Sheng shiver violently. "Say you want me to take control. Say you're mine." Sheng's breath caught in his throat. The words were simple, but the power behind them left him trembling. He knew he was completely at Hua Yong's mercy, and the thought both terrified and thrilled him. I want you," Sheng admitted, his voice breaking, raw and unfiltered. "I need you, Hua Yong. Please, I can't take it anymore without you." Hua Yong's hand cupped Sheng's face, tilting it gently, forcing Sheng to meet his gaze. The intensity in Hua Yong's eyes made Sheng's knees weaken, his body melt into the warmth of the other man's presence. There was no argument, no hesitation, no escape. Sheng had surrendered completely, offering himself entirely to the man who had loved him, manipulated him, and claimed him in ways Sheng had never imagined possible. Hua Yong's touch was electric, searing, igniting every inch of Sheng's skin, sending waves of heat and desire coursing through him until it was all he could feel. Sheng's hands roamed Hua Yong's chest, tracing the hard lines, the curves, the warmth that made him ache. Every touch was a spark, every glance a fire, and every whisper of Hua Yong's name was a plea for more. Sheng's body trembled with need, and he found himself confessing, begging in a way he had never done before. "Hua, please, take me. I need you. I'm yours, please." The words tumbled from his lips, desperate, hungry, and entirely unguarded. Hua Yong's lips found Sheng's, capturing him in a kiss that was at once demanding and tender. A kiss that left no room for doubt, no room for hesitation. The night stretched ahead, a long, intoxicating expanse where desire ruled everything. Sheng's body burned with need, his mind clouded with longing, and his soul twisted with the knowledge that Hua Yong's touch was both a punishment and a reward. Hua Yong moved with precision, skill, and an understanding that left Sheng gasping, shivering, and begging for more. Every motion, every touch, every whispered word drove Sheng closer to the edge, made him ache in ways he had never known, and forced him to surrender completely to the man he had loved. Silently for over 15 years, time became irrelevant. The world outside ceased to exist. All that mattered was the connection, the fire, the need that blazed between them. Sheng's pleas became louder, more desperate, more raw. His voice filled with need, his body trembling, his heart pounding. Hua Yong responded in kind, taking control with a mix of tenderness and dominance that left Sheng both breathless and alive in ways he had never imagined. Every gasp, every moan, every shudder was a testament to the depth of their bond, the intensity of their desire, and the unstoppable pull of love and lust intertwined in ways that defied reason. As the night deepened, Sheng felt himself slipping, losing the last remnants of restraint. And Hua Yong guided him with skill, patience, and an understanding that left him both vulnerable and cherished. Sheng's mind was a whirl of sensations, a storm of pleasure and longing, a mix of fear and desire that left him trembling and begging for more. Hua, please, don't stop. I need you. Take me. I'm yours. The words were raw, unpolished, and entirely honest, spilling from his lips like a confession of every hidden desire he had ever carried. Hua Yong's hands and lips moved with precision, mapping every inch of Sheng's body, learning him in ways no one else ever could. Every gasp, every shiver, every whispered plea was noted, remembered, and responded to with a mix of control and affection that left Sheng dizzy with need. Sheng's body was a landscape of sensation, each touch a spark, each kiss a flame, and each whispered word a reminder that he was utterly, irrevocably claimed. By the time the first streaks of dawn began to light the city, Sheng's voice was hoarse, his body trembling, and his heart entirely surrendered. He collapsed against Hua Yong, breathless, shivering, and entirely spent. And yet, even in his exhaustion, even in the haze of pleasure and relief, he felt a profound connection. A bond that went beyond the physical, a tie that was deeper than words could ever convey. Sheng Shao Yu had begged, pleaded, and surrendered completely, and doing so, had discovered a new dimension of himself, a new understanding of desire, and a new depth of love and trust in the man who had claimed him completely. Sheng's chest heaved as he pressed himself closer to Hua Yong, every nerve on fire, every inch of him craving the heat and control only Hua Yong could bring. Please, please, take me, Sheng whispered, voice trembling with need and desperation. His hands gripped Hua Yong's shoulders, pulling him closer, needing the contact, needing the assurance that Hua Yong would not let go. Hua Yong's eyes darkened, a slow, dangerous smile curling across his lips as he watched Sheng's vulnerability laid bare. He knew exactly what Sheng wanted, exactly how to push him, exactly how to make him surrender completely. The power between them crackled, unspoken yet undeniable. And Sheng's heart raced with anticipation, fear, and desire all at once. Every touch, every glance, every subtle movement was a promise and a warning. A dance they had performed countless times, but never so intensely, never so raw. Sheng's body ached for more, for the dominance he secretly craved, and Hua Yong's steady, commanding presence was the only thing that could satisfy it. The night stretched before them like an endless horizon, and Sheng's need was absolute, consuming him, leaving him trembling in anticipation. Hua Yong's hands roamed with precision, his touch teasing, commanding, and loving all at once. Sheng's breath hitched with every contact, every whisper, every shift of weight. He couldn't think clearly, couldn't form sentences beyond the single desperate plea. I need you. Don't stop. Please, Hua Yong. His words tumbled out in a frantic rhythm, echoing against the walls of the room, mingling with the sound of their hearts pounding in tandem. Hua Yong's lips grazed Sheng's neck, sending shivers down his spine, and Sheng arched instinctively, craving more, needing more, letting himself fall entirely into Hua Yong's control. Every barrier Sheng had built around himself, every thought of propriety, every shred of hesitation, dissolved in the heat of the moment. He wanted to be claimed, to be led, to surrender to the one person who had always held the key to his deepest desires. And Hua Yong, with his unerring understanding and patient cruelty, knew exactly how to take what Sheng offered freely yet demanded fully. Sheng's mind went blank with pleasure, fear, and need. Every sensation intensified because Hua Yong knew him so well, knew exactly how far to push, how deeply to touch, how entirely to dominate. Hours passed, or maybe minutes. Sheng lost all sense of time. The world outside ceased to exist. There was only the soft hum of their shared breaths, the quiet rustle of sheets, the rhythmic dance of bodies intertwining, moving together in a way that was both intimate and feral. Sheng's cries became more urgent, more desperate, as Hua Yong guided him, pushed him, held him close while letting him go all at once. Each motion was precise yet intoxicatingly messy. Each whisper a reminder of the bond they shared, a bond built on trust, desire, and unspoken obsession. Sheng's mind was alight with need, body racked with sensations that left him gasping and shaking, clinging to Hua Yong as if letting go would mean losing himself entirely. And in truth, in that moment, he was losing himself, but only to be found again, completely and utterly, in Hua Yong's control.